Good morning, stamping friends. How are you all today? Today is a big day at Stampin' Up. Guess what? The new catalog is live today. So hopefully you've had a chance to look through this and pick out some of your favorite items. And we wait all year long for this new catalog to come out, and the big day is finally here. So I'm just so excited about that. I actually stayed up late last night so that I could get my favorite things on the list. And I also wanted to make sure I could order my in color club things and get those on the way. So this catalog promises not to let you down. So I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have, and you all are free to order from that today. So I hope that you'll take advantage of that. Well, Stampin' Up! Is also sweeten the deal. A lot of times they'll do little promotions here and there, and for the new catalog kickoff, they are letting us tack on another $25 in host benefits if your workshop or your order hit the $250 mark. So not only will you get the regular host benefits, but you'll also get an additional $25. So that all adds up after a while, especially when your wish list is long like mine. And maybe your order isn't quite that much, but if you just ask a few of your friends, I'm sure it wouldn't take much to get up to that point, and then you can take advantage of the rewards still. Now, the other deal that they have going on, and I think the best deal, is just signing up to be a discount shopper. That really is the best way to get the most for your money. And Stampin' Up! Has sweetened the deal with this promotion. If you sign up between now and May 31st for only $99, instead of getting the $125 worth of products that you normally do, they are bumping it up to $155. So look at the extra that you can get just by signing up to be a discount shopper. And do you realize that's almost half off of your products just for doing that? And there's so many other benefits to signing up to be a demonstrator, because you get a discount on all of your products. So from here forward, you would get your discount. And if there's a sale with Stampin' Up!, like say the clearance rack or items that are on sale, you get your discount on top of that. So it really is a good deal. So I would love to have you join my team. There's so much more than just signing up. You will find a whole community of people who also share the passion for paper crafting. We have private Facebook pages. We get together in person. We've done this 2 times in a row since COVID hit. And we're just kind of building slowly, and not everyone's comfortable yet, but for those who are, they're welcome to come. But if you're long distance and don't live in the Phoenix area, then you can join us on Facebook Live or Zoom. We do a variety of different things, and you're included on most everything that we do that you can. You can do the make and takes, and I can mail them to you. And we have challenges and door prizes and incentives and rewards, and there's just so much more. So I would encourage you to email me or text me, or just let me know that you might have some questions and I can share even more with you. Well, I am ready to get started and show you more projects. So let me flip my camera and I'll be right back. I wanted to show you the Shimmer Vellum that we have before we get started. First of all, it's in the catalog on page 135, and it's in the in colors. If you are part of my in color club, you will get a 6x6 piece of this so you can see for yourself how shimmery it is. Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. So I just wanted to show you all of these. I don't know if you can pick this up on the camera, but it's really pretty. It's almost like you spray a shimmer dust over it. So very pretty. And then one more thing I wanted to show you, all these different color combinations I did. It was so hard to choose what I wanted to do for which one, background or butterfly. So this one I did in Mint Macaron and Blushing Bride. This side is in Daffodil Delight and Mint Macaron. This one is Blushing Bride and Pale Papaya. And this one is Blushing Bride and Mint Macaron. So let's see what all these combinations turn out like. Well, friends, you are in for a treat today, because we are actually going to be making 3 projects. Now, they aren't going to take very long to make, so don't worry. I'm not going to have you online here for 2 hours, but I wanted to just share some things because they're so small and fast that I thought let's just do a variety of them. But before we start, I want to show you the paper we're using. Oh, a new catalog is so much fun to work with, and the paper I chose is called Hand Penned. And this is 12 by 12 paper, and you can order it starting today. So you'll have to take a peek in the catalog. I like to make these little paper samplers for all of the designer series papers. This way I can just pull this chart out. It's right by my computer in my workspace, so I can easily see it. And I cut out 2" by 2" squares, and then I list all the colors of cardstock up here that coordinate with it. And then I punch them all out and then glue them on here. So these are really fun to make, and this is something that my team and I are doing this week. I always like to do this for them at the beginning of a catalog, so there's more incentive for you to join my team. So this is the paper, and now when you see what I'm coordinating with it, you're gonna laugh because they do not go together very well at all. But look at this crazy stamp that I'm gonna use with it. It's called Spiral Die, and I used this last week, I believe, to make some graduation cards. But I'm pulling it out again because I discovered a fun little thing that you'll see that it eventually will coordinate with this. So let me set that aside, and because we're going to be using that spiral die, I want to teach you how to use this again. I like the Stamparatus, so if you don't have this tool, I promise you're going to use this more than just for the spiral die stamp. But what I do is I make my own little sheet underneath it because the paper that we're going to stamp on isn't as large as this. So there's going to be ink going on the other side. So what I did was I cut a 7.5 by 7.5 inch piece of computer paper, or we sell grid paper, but I go through this so fast. And I've been playing with this stamp, and I don't think I washed it off from last time. So pardon me while I take care of some minor details. This is our Simply Chamois, which it's well worn, but it still works the same. I just wash it out with Dawn dish soap every once in a while, and just make sure all the ink is off. So look at this small piece is all I really want to use, but you know, this stamp is so large. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this about in the middle of the paper, and I'm going to kind of eyeball where it's going to go. We're not really going to use this whole piece. We're just going to cut out from it. So that looks about right. And then I do want to put a magnet down so this white sheet doesn't come up. Now for this one, I can't actually put it on the paper because look what will happen if I do. This stamp is actually going to hit the magnet, so we don't want that because I want most of this stamped on. So I'm just going to move it to the side, and you know, I've been playing with this stamp quite a bit, and it has not really missed any areas, but I just like to use the Stamparatus because I want to make sure I keep this in the same spot when I turn it around, because that's the trick of this stamp, is you stamp on it and then you flip your paper 180 degrees. So the best thing to do, let me double check, and yep, that looks like it's about in the middle, is I'll just take a pencil and I'm gonna make my little template, and so I know when I flip it, then I'll know where to place the paper again, so it will line up. All right, so I think my color combination, I picked colors that go with the hand penned paper, and these are some of them that I chose, and you can see I'm kind of winging it here because I'm not really sure which combo I want to do. Let's do Blushing Bride, and I'll start by inking this up. And remember, I'm not doing that whole piece, I'm just doing that much. So you don't have to ink it all the way around to the edges. So here's one, just press hard. When I went back and watched one of my videos, and first of all, I need this light off because I can see that it's making a little halo there. But I watched my video and I see that I put my head in a lot, so I need to stand back when I do that. All right, there's our first swirl. Now we're going to turn it 180 degrees, and this is a very important step. Do not forget to wipe this off because I've done that before, and then it just kind of turns gray muddyish, so you don't want to not wipe that off. Now we're going to use, I think we're going to use Pale Papaya, which is one of our new in colors. Isn't that pretty? And some of you may be getting this color this month if you join my in color club. Thank you for those of you who did sign up for that. I appreciate that. All right, let's do the second color. And this will be offset just a little bit, and it automatically does that. I didn't have to adjust my paper. And then it always sticks a little bit to this side. That's because I haven't put magnets on this. So isn't that pretty? You can see it is offset just enough. All right, enough with my Stamparatus. Let me set that aside and get the next part out. So hold on to that thought of what I did. Now, let's start with this one. So all we're gonna do is use 3x3. This is gonna be a 3x3 card. However, we cut it 3x6 and then scored in half on the long side, which is at 3 inches. And the reason I like this size cards is because we have cute little envelopes that match this size exactly. I'll show you those in a second. All right, then we are just gonna simply take some designer series paper. I use the floral that has the pale papaya polka dot on the back. And let me grab my scrap paper just because I don't want to get glue on here. And you know what? A better thing to use is my mat, because this is what it was made for. If you get glue on it, you just wipe it off. So we want the floral side. So let's glue the polka dot side. And this is just cut 3x3, so it's the exact same size. And we want the full front 3x3. All right, now the next thing that I did was I took the hippo dies. I think I've used this before as well. And this I'm going to coordinate with the mint macaron, which is the back side of this one. So you can see I chose that one and then this one. And for this, we're just going to put a couple dimensionals on the back and just pop that up. And remember, these are fast and easy cards. This would make a good Mother's Day, although you might have to ship it really fast, because I know demonstrators are able to pre-order, and this is one of my pre-orders. But if you're a customer, you're only able to order for the first time today, so you may have to save this for a different occasion. All right, so that's popped up. And then what I took was what is the name? Dies, Brilliant Wings dies, which came out in the middle of our catalogs. This was something that they added even when both catalogs were going, and it's just a really nice set to work with. There's a stamp set and then all these butterflies that you can cut out. So what I did now is I took the smallest butterfly I could find, and I used this paper here, the Blushing Bride, just a very subtle floral print. And I'm just going to grab my glue dots here. All right, let's move this out of the way. We're not ready for that one yet. All right, so let's just put a small glue dot. If you notice how the glue dots come now, they used to be on this part of the roll, and now they're on the part that comes off. So really all we need is one here. We'll just stick it, we're going to stick it down a little bit. And the reason is I still want to put a sentiment on here. However, there's not a lot of room. So I went looking through all my stamp sets that are current, and I had to find the tiniest stamp. I was hoping it would say something nice. And I found hello in Free as a Bird and hello in Timeless Tulips. They should have made a hi. That's even shorter. So let's do hello on this one. And I think we can do tone on tone on Mint Macaron. I think it'll come up dark enough. So even though I've already put everything on, watch, this will go downhill, but I probably should have done this before I put my dimensionals on. Let's see how it turns out. That's not too bad. So I wanted it very subtle, and that's what I got. And then it seems like we should add some little jewels to this. So I took out pastel pearls, which came in the mini catalog. You can still get these. Plus, they are carrying over. They're in the annual catalog. And let's just put one big one, because this is kind of that pinkish color. And let's put this right smack in the middle of the body, like this. There we go. So that's one version of it. Now let me pull another one. This one, there's just a couple more steps to it. Again, it's the 6x3, scored in half on the long side. And this time, you can see I'm really gravitating towards the pale papaya. And we're just going to put a 3x3 right on the front. It's going to have the illusion that it's actually I could have just made a pale papaya cardstock. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, I guess if I were going to do it again, I would just make this pale papaya 3x6 scored in half. And you can see that it's a little bit off. So you can either use your paper trimmer, which I normally would do, but because it's such a small thing, I'm just going to hand cut it and follow that pale papaya line. There we go. All right, the next thing we're going to do is put our designer series paper on, and we're going to use the floral again. And this time I cut it just 1/8 inch smaller than 3 by 3. So it's actually 2 7/8 by 2 7/8. And then we'll put glue on there. Remember, the advantage of our green glue is that you can kind of maneuver it and straighten it, and it doesn't adhere for a few seconds, so you can still kind of shimmy it around. All right, now this time I'm using the same hippo dies. This is the smallest one of this shape, and let me grab a couple more dimensionals. Actually, I'm going to be smart and stamp first, like I mentioned last time. And let's use the other hello this time. And I think I'm going to use Macaron again. Yeah, let's do that one. And we'll just put this one down on this corner. All right. Again, it's very subtle, and that's what I'm after because there's light pastelish colors in this. And just a couple dimensionals should do it. And then again, we'll put this on the front and see how that little border really makes the colors stand out. Now, remember that glimmer vellum that I showed you? We're going to use this. Okay, so I already cut this out. It's the smallest butterfly. Here's the hippo die that I used, and here's the butterfly. And I believe it's the smallest one, but let's measure. It's not quite 2 inches by about 1 1/8. So those are the sizes I used. And again, we will grab my glue dots and put one, and I also added pearls just to save a little bit of time. These are just our basic pearls. And if you wanted, you could color them in with blends, but I just wanted to make them just pearl color. And let's see, let's go this way and put that. And then you're going to want to lift the wings a little bit. And there's card number 2. Look at how fast and easy that is. Isn't that fun? All right, and then the last one is another white 6 by 3, scored in half on the long side at 3. So the card is 3 by 3. And again, we took 3 by 3 designer series paper. And did I use the floral side on this? I did. All right, so then we need to glue the polka dot. I should have changed that up a little bit too, but that's all right. Because a lot of the floral is covered up, that's why I'm using that for all 3 bottoms. All right, there's that base. Now this time I changed it up by using the hippo die again, and I cut out the shimmer vellum. Isn't that, oh, it's so pretty. I really wish you could see it because I'm sure the camera is not picking up the shimmer on that. And for this one, I am going to use one, let's see. Let's just do a couple of glue dots here. I don't think these are going to show through because of the shimmer. Nope, that shimmer covers it up just enough. We're not going to pop this one, but we will maybe pop the butterfly a little bit. So let's put that right smack in the middle. And I like it because you can see through and you can still see the flower design going there. And then remember this piece that I did. All right, this is where this one comes into play. What I did was I set the butterfly. You can go anywhere you want. If you want that tight circle there or over here, over here. Remember all the different combinations I showed you. So I took one of those and cut it out. And I actually chose the Blushing Bride and the Mint Macaron for my colors in the swirl. And then I am going to take my teeny tiny dimensionals and I am just going to cut a tiny little strip. This is why you don't want to throw this part away because sometimes you just need a tiny little strip of foam to make it pop. And we're going to put this on the body. And then I did the back side too. I did all sides because I wasn't sure what way I wanted to go. And is this crooked a little bit? It is. So we'll find out if you can peel these off with glue dots. And it looks like you can. Ooh, I just got to straighten it out. I'm a little bit OCD that way. Okay, that's better. Now let's put this on. And should we stamp on this one? Let's leave this one plain, but you could. I already tried to make sure that you can stamp on that without it smearing, and you can. And I didn't have to use StazOn. I just used regular. And then the jewels or the embellishment I want to use for this are these Genial Gems. Aren't these pretty? And it's exactly in the colors that we need. It's Mint Macaron and Pale Papaya. So let's pull this one off. I think I need to get new new rubber stuff there. And let's just do a couple of these, maybe one or maybe three. Things go better in odd numbers, right? That's what my decorator friend tells me. So let's do one more, 3. Oh, let's just go all the way down. We'll do 4. I promise we won't do more. There we go. Oh my gosh, I did not even figure that these would match when I pulled which butterfly I was going to use. But there's the last one. So let me pull all 3 of them out. And I'm going to show you one little thing that I want you to do if you have an idea or if you want to make some of these. So these are the 3 cards. Tell me which one's your favorite. They're all different looks, aren't they? And of course, they're not complete unless you have an envelope. So let me show you how I did this. Let me slide these over. Actually, that can be in our backdrop. Which, by the way, if you see any products, I would love it if you use my host code, because that is your ticket to getting my Creative You classes in the mail for free. All you have to do is spend $35 or more before tax and shipping, and then our club projects, I will send those to you for free, and you'll get the PDF so you know how to complete them. And I'm using new products, so you're not going to want to miss out on that. So you have until May 10th to order. If your order is after May 10th, it's going to roll over to June because I do all my cutting at one time. So May 10th is the deadline for May's projects. All right, so we have these cute little 3x3 white envelopes, and then this piece is, I'll measure this, 3 1/8 by 1.5. And the easiest way to decorate the flap of your envelope, because it really does coordinate your card with the project that you just made. And that'll be the perfect size left to right. It'll be a little bit long, but that's all right. And then we're going to take your paper snips and just follow the envelope around. If you try to pre-cut, like making a pattern and then tracing it, it's never going to line up perfectly. So that's why the best way is just to pre-cut your paper and then just trim around the envelope. Then you know it's an exact fit. There we go. All right, so here's the 3 envelopes, and you may want to be matchy like that, or if you want to change it up, it really doesn't matter, but it's just cute to make 3 that go with them, and it's a completed set. And if you want to be over the top, you could do something like this. If I were doing this as a gift, I would probably make maybe like 6 or 8 of these, just because they're so small, and when you see what we're going to do with them, then that will explain it more. So these little boxes that are in the new catalog are called Scallop Craft Treat Boxes, and you get 8 in a pack, and these are $10. I'm just making sure that, yes, you do get 8 boxes. Okay, so I already kind of put one together because I want to make sure I did it right before I showed you. So you see how easy these are to put together. So there's score lines everywhere, and this is going to be the bottom of the box, but all you have to do is fold those sides down and then tuck this in like a box, like you're shutting a box, and that's going to be the bottom. And then the top is going to work identical. You're just going to fold on those score lines, put the sides down, and then just put that little flap in the top. And there's the top of your box. So let me put the cards in first with their envelopes. So I like to put the envelopes on the bottom so that the card shows. But do you see how, you could probably do maybe 10 or 15 of them. I mean, you could do a lot in there, but just because I didn't want this video to get too long. So let's put the box top on. And now it wouldn't be complete without adding some pale papaya ribbon. So let's wrap this around, and I like to do just more of a belly band so that if they want, they can, just slide it off, and they don't have to, undo the whole box if you went that way and that way. So let's just tie this. It doesn't matter if the bow falls right in the middle because we can maneuver it. So, and the nice thing about this ribbon, it ties really well, but there's not a wrong side and a right side. So you don't have to worry. You know how sometimes when you tie bows, you're just fiddling with trying to get the good side on the front all the time, and you have to twist in there. This is not like that at all. All I have to do is get this unwrinkled. Just pull the edges out. There we go. Now let's trim that down. Let's go this way and this way. And then because we do have a butterfly theme going, I would like to add a butterfly. So what I did was, remember this piece that I've been using to death? I thought that color goes perfect on here. And I did already add one of those genial gems. And then I'm just going to take a couple glue dots and I'm going to stick those on the bottom. And I wonder, you may be able to get away with using a dimensional on here too. All right, and we will just, let's move this up a little bit more so we make a little more room for the butterfly, and just stick him, let's just make him fly by the butterfly. Okay, now I think I got that, oops, I tore his tail off a little bit, but it's all right, you can't even tell. You can't even tail, get it? All right, there he is. And another thing I forgot to show you is you want to kind of curl the sides of it, so it's 3D-ish, but you want them to go down again. All right, there's our little treat box for them with, that's an idea. You could put some treats in there as well, but at least it has a bunch of cards for someone. If you're like my mom, she does not like card making, but she enjoys and appreciates the work that goes into the cards. So she just wants me to make them so that she can send them. And that's all right too. I could put a stack of stamps or something in there. But there's our project for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you join me next Friday morning at 9 a.m. Arizona time for another project. Take care, guys. Have a good week. Bye-bye.